Christianity is under attack all over the world, in France, in Canada, in London, and what just happened in Australia is absolutely insane. But we'll start this off with what just happened in Nigeria, a tragedy that most news organizations didn't even talk about.
In Kabul, they just murdered over 10 people.
Yeah.
Innocent Christians.
Yeah.
On Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Tinubu, where are you? As your people are slaughtered in the night, as you sit in Aso Rock and you do absolutely nothing, you allow your people to be killed again and again and again and again. When will it stop? When will you hear the cries of Nigerians, of Christians? You can no longer deny genocide. They're being slaughtered. And you say there's no issue. You will regret what you are doing.
This evil barbarism is spreading around the world. Take a look at this coming out of France. Armed with swords, African immigrants broke into a shop, asserting their dominance over the area. The same exact thing is happening right now in London. Shops are being broken into, people are rioting, all from these immigrants from other nations, many of them following and submitting to the demonic death cult of Islam, spreading violence everywhere they go, just like we saw in Nigeria, and like this video coming out of Syria. This is Easter weekend that many Christians celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and it's no coincidence that this is also happening at the same exact time around these different areas of the world where they have allowed Islamic immigration to get out of control. Looking back at France now, this church has been burnt down. We also heard recently that ISIS was telling out to all the people who listened to them that during this weekend they should commit acts of violence and burn down churches. This was a historic Catholic boarding school in Lyon, France. These next two churches that have been burnt down are coming out of Canada. This one, the Church of St. Ars in Canada, it was built between 1880 and 1882. No massive uproar about the people who are setting fires to all these churches. Imagine if the tables were flipped and mosques around the world were being burnt down by Christians. The mainstream news would never shut up about it. Another church in Canada has gone up in flames. Montreal's St. Paul's Catholic Church, another historic church that caused 148 seniors to have to be evacuated.
I think it's terrible. No, the government is not doing enough, and I would do a lot more. So let's recap where we are. 100 churches have been burned. You hear almost nothing from the Liberal government about this. Christians may be the #1 group that is victims of hate-based violence. But of course, it's not politically correct to say that. 100 terrorist attacks against Canadian churches. This anti-Christian hate has got to stop. We've seen with this Liberal government is the number of things they've done to allow this. One, they've separated people into groups. Their ideology seeks to identity politics, divides one group against another, and then we're surprised when that leads to violence. Two, the Liberals have reduced criminal penalties for arson, so people are not afraid to get caught burning things down anymore.
And look at the insanity of this next news story that's happening at the same exact time that this is all going on. Are they coming out to say the people burning down the churches who believe that that's a right thing to do, that they should have their religion censored? No, take a look at this. Quoting the Bible in Canada is now hate speech. Bill C9 removes a specific religious exemption in hate speech laws, punishable to up to 2 years in prison if you use religious text which can incite hatred or violence against individual groups. Interesting how we are not seeing this being used against the violence verses in the Quran, the burning of the churches, the violence that they're committing in Canada and around the world. This is specifically designed to attack Christianity. Now back to Europe, where they have completely lost their minds and their moral compass. King Charles won't deliver an Easter message this year, despite issuing a Ramadan message and hosting Muslims for an Intfar at Windsor Castle last year.
Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. Ladies and gentlemen, as Muslims across the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth begin preparations to celebrate Eid after fasting for the holy month of Ramadan, I just wanted to convey my heartfelt best wishes to all who celebrate this festival, and to tell you just how much my wife and I are thinking of you at this special time of year.
This is King Charles doing his little Ramadan meal, and he's supposed to be the supreme governor of the Church of England and the defender of the faith. Just like he said before, he doesn't believe in the faith, he believes in faith. People are coming out and saying they believe he has converted to Islam, and I think it's really looking that way. He's definitely not defending any Christian church or any Christian faith. He's really a globalist New World Order guy through and through, and even years ago, he was trying to promote Islam because he knew it would bring the destabilization that could cause them to create a New World Order.
Islam is part of our past and our present in all fields of human endeavor. It has helped to create modern Europe. It is part of our own inheritance, not a thing apart. Islam can teach us today a way of understanding and living in the world which Christianity itself is the poorer for having lost. We in the West need also, I think, to understand the Islamic world's view of us. There is nothing to be gained and much harm to be done, it seems to me, by refusing to comprehend the extent to which many people in the Islamic world genuinely fear our own Western materialism and mass culture as a deadly challenge to their Islamic culture and way of life.
This next story is hard to believe that it's true, but it is, as we've seen Europe stray away from the Christian faith, promoting Islam in its place, and it's now reaching the schools in Europe.
This story out of the Telegraph in the UK, I could not believe it. Schools, UK schools, have been advised that children's drawings could be considered blasphemous under Islamic law. Here we go. Guidance issued to teachers by Labour councils, of course, in Northern England, warn that images made by pupils in art lessons, in other words, drawings, may be seen as idolatrous under Sharia law. The advice, designed to help teachers adapt to religious sensitivities, also warns that music and dance lessons could be contrary to the teachings of Islam.
To those of us who read the Bible, this is not a surprise. Jesus told us, if the world hates you, you will know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own. Yet because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. But there is good news in all of this. Jesus Christ is the Son of God. He is one with God. He's the only way to the Father. He has gone to the cross and went to the grave for our sins, but he has risen. He is risen from the dead in defeat over sin and death. And Jesus gave us some comforting words about the times that we're in and the world that we live in, saying that these things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world.